Hey there, it's Alex from Twilanswer, and in this quick video I will show you how you can set up Twilio recording and transcription for all of your Twilio calls using Twilanswer. So here I'll just go ahead and show you before we get started what it'll look like at the very end, the UI feedback of if you wanted to listen to one of those recordings or look at the transcript. But this is also available via the API or integrations with Zapier and Make. But basically, you're able to just see right here on the right side of the screen. On the left, you see all the details about the call. This one was an AI agent using our 11 Labs integration, but this also works just the same for forwarded calls. What you're able to see is a transcript between the caller and the agent and see second by second what call was there. You're able to skip to that point in the call and listen to everything right there. Now this only takes a few minutes to set up, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I will create a new account, recordingtest.com. And the first thing you'll have to do after you enter your information and create an account is connect that account to Twilio. Now you can watch this video to see exactly how to do that, or I'll show you real quick. This does depend a little bit on if you are on the newer Twilio console or the old one. Here I'm on the legacy one. Here is the much more modern one right here. But basically, either way, you're just a click away. On the legacy one, you just scroll down to account info, and it should be right here on that main page on the account dashboard. You got the account SID and the auth token. On the newer version, you should just click this arrow down here, and you'll have your API credentials, which is the account SID and the auth token. If you go ahead and copy those over, you just need to copy them one at a time over to Twilanswer, and then once you do that, if everything works, you should see all of your Twilio numbers. Now, if you don't have a Twilio number, you can go over to the Twilio console and purchase one. I'll put a link in the description on with a guide on how to do that, but generally speaking, if you are already looking to record and transcribe Twilio calls, I'm going to assume you already have a number. So let's just go ahead, just select the number that you'd like to use at first, but you can always change this later. It's not a big deal. I do recommend to leave auto configuration enabled. What that will do is it will allow Twilanswer to automatically update that information in Twilio, right? So it will automatically point those phone numbers in Twilio over to Twilanswer to be able to handle everything, and everything will just work a lot more smoothly. If you have somewhat more of an advanced setup, or you just want to have a lot more control over what happens, just go ahead and disable that, and Twilanswer will never update anything in your Twilio account. Okay, you'll have to do that manually, and I can link in the description how to do that. But for most people, I just recommend to leave that on. So once you click continue, if everything worked out, you'll be placed on your route creation page. And this is where you configure what you want to happen when a call comes in. Now, because this video is talking specifically about recording and transcribing, we'll go ahead and enable those up here. You'll also want to set the phone number. Again, we did that earlier, but if you wanted to change that, this is where you would do so. And then the other thing I recommend doing, especially if you're doing recording and transcription, is enabling a call greeting. Now, a lot of jurisdictions require that you inform the user that the call is going to be recorded. Again, Twilanswer is not able to provide legal advice or anything like that. You're responsible for that on your own. I believe it says such here. But if you do this, it will play a message that will say something to the effect of "Thank you for calling. This call is being recorded for quality purposes." And you can actually listen to that by clicking this playback button. You could also record your own one. So if you wanted to say "Thank you for calling Twilanswer," "Thank you for calling my," insert your business name here, you can add a recording right here and either record that live or upload a file very easily. You are able to have different business hours, so if you wanted to forward a call during business hours and send it straight to voicemail after hours, you can do that. I have another video where I've covered that setup. So for now, we'll just go ahead and do forwarding because that's the simplest approach to demo the recording and transcription. You'll need to set the phone number that you want to forward calls to, and so I will go ahead and set this up really quick right here. You'll need to verify that phone, so just make sure you have it with you, but all it will do is give you a phone call from your Twilio number, and it will read aloud that verification code.
Once again, your verification code is 6326.
All right, and that added the channel successfully. I will go ahead and update this to show the system number for caller ID, and then that should be it. Go ahead and save route, and we are all set up. Calls to this Twilio number will now be forwarded straight over to my cell phone, and they will be recorded and transcribed. Again, you could forward these to any phone number that you'd like, and you could set up much more advanced things like AI agents, different voicemails, call menus even, and all of those would be recorded just the same. The other thing I skipped over was the notification. You could send notifications to email, Slack, SMS, or Front. You can also set up webhooks to Zapier, Make, or APIs. But if you're just looking for a simple call recording and transcription solution on top of Twilio, you can do that without any of that extra stuff. We're already set up here in just a few minutes. So I'll go ahead and demo how this works. I'll just go ahead and call this number here from my iPhone.
Thanks for calling. Please hold while we connect you with a team member. This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
So that's that call greeting we talked about before my other phone even rings. And then you'll notice my cell phone's ringing right here. I can go ahead and answer. I have to play the mute game. Hey, this is Alex answering on the Android phone, just testing everything out and making sure Twilanswer's recording and transcription works properly. I'll mute that. Yeah, great. I can hear you loud and clear. Just wanted to test out. This is Alex calling from the calling phone, making sure all of the recording and transcription works. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, sure thing. Sounds like everything's working loud and clear. I hope you have a great day also. Thanks. Bye. All right, bear with me on the mock recording there. But that was a simulated phone call from a caller to my cell phone, and then I had to have the call myself. But you'll notice if I go over to my dashboard, I see this call here. We can see that it was forwarded, and then we can listen to that playback right here, and we can fetch that transcript. Now, the transcripts fetch take a few minutes just to transcribe. We are using a self-hosted Whisper model right now to do that, so that just takes a few minutes to run, but in a moment we should be able to see that. You can listen to the playback right away. Let's see if, okay, this is what it'll look like if you load the page more than 15 seconds or 30 seconds after the call. You should be able to see the fetch transcript, and then that will load in right here. So you can see right here that it's separated out each caller and what they said at each point. You can skip over to that part of the call, and it will automatically update the playback, and this will scroll as well. You can download a JSON or a PDF of that transcript if that's important to you. But this is just a really simple way to set up call recording for your Twilio lines. We also support outbound calling, and it works very similarly. You just enable recording and transcription for that call. You enter your recipient phone number, and then you're able to make that call either using the browser or a forwarding device. But those calls will be recorded just the same and accessible in here, and also accessible via the API. But yeah, that was how you can set up recording and transcription for your Twilio numbers using Twilanswer. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email to hello@twilanswer.com for support. You can also go ahead and set up a free trial by heading over to twilanswer.com and signing up. We offer a free 14-day free trial with access to all of our features, so you can test everything out yourself.